This year, this month, this day, have you resolved to make an impact and leave a legacy as you go? Sometimes we might think that because we don't have a lot of followers or we're not having bright lights, that what we do is not significant. But nothing that you do is small or insignificant. And today we're going to talk about leaving a legacy, making an impact, no matter your age, your situation, your limitations, if you feel like you're in a box. We are going to dig into ways and reasons to make an impact and leave a legacy. And we can get started right now. And as I said, no matter your age, your limitations, any diagnosis, disabilities, past or current mistakes, your income level, you can start the journey of leaving that impactful legacy. And I am Nurse Ann. I'm coming from the front lines today for this episode because this is so important, and it just is going to help your life in so many ways to get on track and to elevate your life and have that growth. And it's also going to spill onto the lives of others. And as I said, I'm Nurse Ann. I'm coming from the front lines. I'm a certified emergency and mental health registered nurse for many years and still going. And this channel is for your inspirational wellness for body, mind, and spirit, because they work together in synergy. So follow, join this channel, and like it. And I'm going to get into today's episode right now. And don't forget, at the end, there's a bonus and a prize, and I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. So we're going to start from my published devotional, Inspiration Battles Devotional, because sometimes the battle to stay inspired can seem overwhelming, but there is hope. And so, as I said, this year, this month, this day, have you resolved to make an impact? You might think that, as I said, because you're not on a stage with bright lights or have lots of followers, your effort will go unnoticed. Imagine that is not the truth. Imagine it is possible, and nothing that you do is small or insignificant. Yet the spotlight is on us in places we don't even expect. People are always watching to see how we react to insults, offenses, and the daily pressures of life. So before you head out on your daily mission field, make sure you prepare to spend time in prayer and also thinking about your life mission and impact, and renew your mind also with the Word of God. Then when the complexities of life squeeze us, hopefully the fruit of love, forgiveness, and compassion will be what comes out of our mouths and is evident by our actions toward others. That's from my Inspiration Battles Devotional. Link at the website, and there's a nurseann.com is a website. You can see it in the description. So some more inspiration, talking about leaving that legacy and an impact. Some things we start with before we even think about it's not just our careers, our studies. It's more than that, and it starts with integrity, character, values, the example that we put out into the world, our maturity as we mature, our authenticity and vulnerability with wisdom and discernment. Authenticity and creativity go hand in hand. Our compassion towards others, and a big one is speaking life. We can get caught up in what we see around us and how others are speaking about themselves and others. But remember, always we want to speak life. So we're going to get into that more. And remember, no matter your age, any disabilities, whether they're mental, physical, or spiritual, you can break out of that. I've seen in my life, even people that have disabilities or labels, limitations, diagnosis, they can be the actual superheroes in the lives of others. As a nurse on the front lines of mental health and emergency for many years, even in that avenue, I've seen people that do have mental or physical limitations or disabilities, and I've seen them actually be in touch, in tune with people's emotions, and they are trying to encourage us, even as the frontline workers, as well as others. I've seen them holding doors open for others, rushing to be of help, to try to help ensure their safety, and as I said, checking in with them emotionally. There's so many things you can do, whether it's just being nice to a neighbor, someone as you go, someone as you meet in your day-to-day life, whether it's at your medical visit, in your neighborhood, whatever. There's so many ways you can make an impact and leave a legacy. I was also inspired by a post on the Tony Robbins site, How to Leave a Legacy. And there's a quote he left there by Benjamin Franklin. And he said, Benjamin Franklin put it this way: if you would not be forgotten as soon as you're dead, either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Leaving a legacy through your work means doing something worth writing about and changing the world. And that's a big reason why this channel is here for you and why I wrote the fictional drama and the devotionals. It was really, honestly, to leave a legacy for especially my family and family members and friends and people that I see even in my job on the front lines of mental health and emergency, going through struggles, and hoping to shine that light through the drama and the devotionals that I created in the website that someone helped me create, to leave that powerful impact to help encourage others. Because I do want you to encourage you to get out of your mental boxes and bondages, to break out, be creative, and start working on your life values, your character, to leave that impact and legacy. And also on the Tony Robbins site, he reminded us that when we think about our career or our studies in terms of leaving a legacy, it's not merely a source of income. And I also saw that in the Discipline Entrepreneurship Workbook that really encourages us and implores us to break out of our comfort zones. And there was also a lesson in here that taught me, that reminds us, whether it is a startup or just something that we're trying to create and put out into the world, it's not always all about the money. Money does help to create and grow and to be able to help in a bigger way. But when we are leaving that life mission impact, that legacy, is not always about the money. We believe in what we're doing. And especially if we have a team helping us, even if we're doing it on our own, it's not just about the money. We believe in it. And we want to keep on that path to help others. So he said it's not merely the source of income. It takes on a far deeper meaning. When you're pouring your time, energy, and passion into a business, your studies, your family, your community, you can begin thinking, what does legacy mean? How can I build one? Your legacy is an inheritance. It's your gift of service to others. We all have gifts, creative talents, whether it's spoken word, songs, writing, cooking for others, helping each others get things done, whether it's being an example in teaching, mentoring. No matter your age or situation, there's so many things. The list is endless. You can begin thinking, what does legacy mean? How can I build one? Your legacy is an inheritance. It's your gift of service to others. And learning how to leave a legacy is also a gift you give to yourself. And that is so true, since it paves the way for genuine fulfillment in life. And I also heard that on a podcast and some books by Robert Greene. He's a great one to follow. He teaches a lot about our inner psychology and how we can make that work and how we can dig into and learn more about ourselves and our psychology, even from our past, even trauma bonds and different things that we don't realize is the reason why we keep repeating certain patterns and not dig into our passions and our creativity. And he implores us, especially in a book that he wrote called Mastery, to really dig into your life service, your life career, your life studies. Really dig into that. Even sometimes when we think we might be leaving behind the in the moment dopamine fixes or those fun things, sometimes we might not want to pour into our studies or our careers because we think we're missing out on something. But he reminds us that when we do take the time, set that time aside, and really be diligent about exploring our life passions through our studies, our careers, our families, or whatever, it is going to pay off. And it might not seem like in the moment, it might seem like a lot of hard work, and sometimes we might want to give up, but don't give up, because it's really going to pay off in your life. You're going to feel more contentment and satisfaction, and that's going to show in you leaving that legacy and impact, how you treat yourself and how you treat others. Some more things that he told us how to leave a legacy. Number one is discovering your purpose. And Robert Greene taught that. Tony Robbins is teaching that. We learn that in the Word of God. There's so many places where we can learn to discover our purpose. And also, Robert Greene taught that really digging into even what you were passionate about, even in your younger years as a child. And that can bubble up and spill into even our current careers and schooling and endeavors. Those can percolate up into what we're doing and even maybe have a bigger role on the stage of our life, because it seems like a lot of times that's always there, what we were passionate and excited about even when we were younger. And it helps to reveal your natural skills and abilities, and digging into that, what you are drawn towards will help you hone your natural skills and abilities, helps to unlock your passion. And I like how he puts that is determining your X factor. You can't leave a legacy if you don't provide more value than anyone else. You need to discover your X factor, what you have that no one else has. And we might have similar talents and abilities, but we all have our unique spin on them. So leverage that. Consider how to improve your product, your service, your life, even, as I said, your character, your values, how you present yourself to the world, your respect for yourself and others. And this can leave a lasting impression in capturing the hearts of your audience and others. Create your business map, inspire the next generation. That doesn't just have to be for the business world or startups. It can be for your family that you're taking care of, your neighborhood, your community, your church, inspiring the next generation, inspiring others, being a mentor and a leader, and teaching others those skills, even if it's through your example. And always giving back. Giving back is so important. There is a quote from one of my devotionals I'm going to show you when we talk about that, and this is from my recently released Ignite Life poetry devotional, because I want us to remember as you go to dare to inspire and bless everyone on your path. And one of my spoken words, as a busy nurse, I also created these devotionals in the published fictional drama. I also started doing spoken word. And just a reminder, at the end there is a bonus and a prize. I'm going to read you a short, action-packed, exciting chapter of my published fictional drama where you will be riding along with the frontline workers, rescuing those in crisis. A mental, physical, and spiritual, and the action is 24/7. You will have to buckle up. You're going to enjoy that. I will show you more near the end. That is the bonus, the prize. Even if you haven't been following along, you will enjoy the chapter, and I'll tell you more about that. So one of my spoken words is generosity, and even one of the lines in here reminds us to, what gifts will you give with others to share? Your time, your attention. These things show that you care. A helping hand, burdens to bear. We're all brothers and sisters, even when life is unfair. So break open your bank, untap your reserve, shower onto others, and fill up their tank. And this part I like. Pay it forward, they say, just to brighten someone's day. But the secret they don't tell is that it will also fill up your own life well. And that is called generosity. And that just reminds us to don't keep your gifts locked and just shut up in some bin. You let them loose, let them fly free. Pay it forward to yourself and others. And that really brightens people's day and helps them to go on, because life can be so hard. We're going to get back into the Ignite Life poetry devotional, but we're going to get into some more. As I said, our integrity, character, values, example, and maturity, our authenticity, compassion, and speaking life and truth and love and compassion to others is so important. Leaving a legacy, and what does it mean? As I said, even if you think your age, whether you're too young or you think you're older, you can still work on that. I'm sure you've seen a lot of posts or different articles and news about people, even that were very young, that started, maybe they started a business, they just started a movement, they started collecting to give back to a certain needs in the community and the world, and they really made that impact. Just the fact that they were younger and just had that drive and that compassion. So it doesn't matter if you think you're too young or you're older. Even people that feel that they're older, maybe they do have physical limitations, there's still things you can do. You can reach out to people. You can pray for others. If you're still able to cook, maybe make meals for people that are in need. Just saying kind words to people. There are things that you can do. So please don't give up. And that will also help elevate and brighten your own life, where maybe you feel that you don't have a lot of things to give back, but you always do to the very end. So leaving a legacy, what does it mean? And this was from the site of Better Up, and it talks about leaving a legacy might sound like something reserved for history books or a blockbuster movie, like it's a status for bigger than life characters, like I said, being on a stage or bright lights. But everyone leaves that legacy, both personally and professionally. Your personal values, nurtured relationships, and free time activities all form the building blocks, of your legacy. Everyone get a drink of water. I want you to stay healthy. And they go on to teach that amidst the day-to-day grind of building your career or studies and managing the highs and lows of everyday life, you could become distracted. You might not often stop to contemplate the broad strokes that make the persona people remember you by. Taking the time to self-reflect about the legacy you're leaving and the one you'd like to leave as a way to step back and consider the bigger picture. That's also something that Robert Greene teaches about stepping back, because a lot of times we can get caught up in that quick dopamine hamster wheel of just wanting the quick pleasures and rewards, which makes us forget about or step off the bigger picture and creating something of more value. And I did leave some other podcasts about emotional intelligence, emotional resilience, dopamine addictions, and healthier alternatives, leaving impacts. There's so many things. If you go to my YouTube and podcast channel, you can scroll through, and there's a lot of things that are going to help you in your life so much to break out of those mental bondages in those boxes. So as again, I'm Nurse Ann. Please follow and subscribe. Leave your comments today of ways that you want to leave an impact, a legacy, what you think might be stopping you, and ways that we can break out of that. So leave your comments, like, follow, subscribe, and share this with others. So taking that time to self-reflect about the legacy you're leaving and the one you'd like to leave is a way to step back and consider that bigger picture. We do need to step back in life and self-reflect. Every day if you can, but definitely every month, every year, whenever you can. It's so important to keep you on track for your growth and your better life. Defining what motivates you to give life your all can fill you with a sense of intention and belonging that offers joy and purpose. So what legacy will you leave behind? The importance of leaving a legacy. Everyone creates and retells their own narrative. Your life story both connects you to your community and differentiates you from the lives that others leave. In other words, your legacy is what makes you unique. It doesn't just give you good family stories to tell. It fills you with a sense of unity and purpose. And in my published fictional drama, I left the life stories that people go through on the front lines of emergency and mental health. Just you and others, your family. It just shows what people go through, the struggles, the mind battles. And it also shows the frontline workers, the community, and the church and families, helping them, helping each other. So you're going to love that. We'll get to that soon. Create your community. And they remind us that there's a few ways to leave a good legacy can improve your life. It leads to better mental health, improve well-being, and it could make you more happier and satisfied with life. And living a purposeful life can make you more resilient to depression and anxiety. I also have a podcast to help you break out of anxiety. It gives you greater resilience, and a sense of purpose makes people more resilient to challenges. That is true. A higher quality of life, reducing stress, and stronger physical health. You know, when we are involved in a life purpose, leaving a legacy, making an impact, it makes us want to be healthier and even maybe find that time to be stronger mentally, physically, and spiritually. Ways to build a legacy, evaluate your life. As I said, soul searching. We always want to look at our life, things we want to change, those quick fixes we might be chasing after, and ways to step back. Uncover that X factor. They also tell us that something innovative about ourselves, something unique. We all have our uniqueness. Celebrate your community and taking risks, stepping out of your comfort zones. Even the disciplined entrepreneur remind us that we have to break out of our comfort zones every day. That's something that we can work on, breaking out of your comfort zones. Even if it takes baby steps at first, you will get better at that. And pursue a life of learning. There's so much you could do. Share your wisdom, build your brand, dream big, and plan accordingly. And as I said, one of the building blocks before we really get into that is our integrity, our character. And Dr. Henry Cloud has a book called Integrity, the Courage to Meet the Demands of Reality. And he reminds us that integrity is more than simple honesty. It's the key to success. Integrity, to me, is also a definition of what you do when no one is watching. Looking yourself in the mirror, there's almost no better feeling than that. To being able to look at yourself in the mirror, look at your life and say, okay, today I acted with integrity, or I tried to. And if I fell short of that, I can do that soul searching, that life inventory, and see how I can do better, even if it means apologizing or just doing better to others. Integrity, there's almost nothing more important. And God says that in his word to have that integrity. You can build that by spending time with him. And Dr. Charles Stanley teaches that our intimacy with God is his highest priority for our lives and help determine the impact of our lives. Not only will that intimacy with God and that quiet time help you develop your impact, it also helps you develop your integrity by learning the lessons from God's word and other helpful resources. So a person with integrity, he says, has the often rare ability to pull things together to make it all happen, no matter how challenging the circumstances. There comes in that emotional and life resilience. He said that people that show integrity are able to connect with others and build trust, emotional intelligence, are oriented towards reality, finish well, embrace the negative and learn from that, and are oriented towards increase. And success is not just related to talent or brains, because there's a lot of people that have money and brains, but maybe they don't have that character. And so we're going to dig into some more of this from my published devotionals, and then we'll jump into that bonus, the prize. Right now, we're going to jump into my word puzzles devotional. And today I chose a word called zappy. This word puzzles devotional presents interesting and unique words, some words you may not have heard. And I link it to our everyday life struggles and give you that encourage. And there's also medicine for your soul in that book. Get another drink of water. So healthy for you. In this book, I help you overcome and thrive, hope and new light for your life journey. And as I said, medicine for your soul. So this is from the letter Z. This is an A to Z devotional, and the word is zappy. What does that mean? Zappy means energetic and lively. Would you like that to describe the way you feel and function? Energetic and lively? Do you want to be zappy? The nurse in me will give you a few health tips and health reminders. Lots of water to drink, lots of quality sleep every night, superfoods and healthy eating, dealing with negative emotions and stress, stretching, exercise, sunlight, and nature, calming and kindness towards others and yourself. In addition to these practices to work on, God has many suggestions to help us feel revitalized. A favorite is found in Isaiah 40:31, that they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll mount up with wings as eagles. They'll run and not be weary. They'll walk and not faint. So wait on the Lord, rest in him, and allow him to infuse your soul with zappy and fresh life. That's from my word puzzles devotional, link at the website. And another one is from my mental healing poetry devotion. I started doing spoken word and I put it in here. It's also a devotional to help us with life challenges. We discussed that along with God-ordained courage and healing, even mental healing, to turn away from mindsets controlled by fear. There's so much inspiration to step into your true destiny of a faith walk and purpose-driven path. Being on that purpose-driven path will help you leave that impact and your legacy. So today I chose one called Change. Number 14. This is my first attempt at spoken word. You'll have to let me know what you think in the comment. And so number 14 is change. And it's applicable to what we're talking about, and we'll discuss that in a minute. So is it time for a change? Your life vision to rearrange. What's holding you back? Are you under attack? Quick pleasures, as I said, that quick dopamine, those quick things that media and culture and society is bombarding us. Sometimes that just is always in our face and always drawing us, magnetizing us to choose the quick pleasures instead of the long-term goals and stepping back. So quick pleasures, me first, chasing more money, likes, followers, others telling you you're funny. All these things, they seem like the prize until the revelation in a walk with the wise. And hopefully you can be someone wise, a wise example that others can follow and walk with. So until the revelation in a walk with the wise, is it time for a change? Your life vision to rearrange. What's holding you back? Are you under attack? So cast your vision out into the deep. Refuse to be led like an aimless sheep. A higher calling, a place of humility, instead of a life consumed by futility. Is it time for a change? Your life vision to rearrange. What's holding you back? Are you under attack? So this new journey may at first seem too hard. No one understands nor hands you an award. But like uncovering a treasure of fine gold, this new life in Christ will propel you to be bold. So drop the weight. Don't be afraid to take hold. This gift from your Savior now change your whole world. And that's what we're discussing today. Changing your world, spilling that onto the lives of others to leave a legacy and an impact. So no matter how far you feel like you veered off your true path, it's never too late to do a 180 turnaround. Although it might not be easy to make these drastic life changes, you're invited to start that process right now. Change is possible. Guidance is available. I pray for you to have the strength to reach out and start the journey towards healing. Your change and new life await. And that's from my mental healing poetry devotional link at the website. And also I have Energized Health, Body, Mind, and Spirit, because it reminds us that our body, mind, and spirit do work together in synergy. And in order to leave these legacies and go farther and longer, you have to take care of your health. And I heard a saying that your health is your wealth. And that is so true. And when we do go through times of sickness, that really reminds us our health is our wealth. It's really hard to function and create these impacts without our health. So we will now jump into the bonus surprise. I want to give you one more to encourage you to leave your legacy and get started. And as I said, it's from my Ignite Life Poetry Devotional, and it's called Your Turn. Because it is your turn to release your creative gifts and leave a legacy and an impact. So your turn. Now it's your turn. I hand you the pen. Stir up your gifts, mix it up, make it churn. We need your unique voice in this world full of choice. So come on, let it out. Release the creative along with a shout. Show us what's inside. No need to look down. Head up, stand straight. Your talent, your pride. And the devotional part reminds us that and this is true, I'm extremely ready to see now what you will create. It could be poetry, art, stories, comedy, spoken word, etc. Helping others. Get creative. Leave your legacy and your impact. So I know you have things to do, so we're going to jump into the bonus, the prize. It's going to be quick, and then you can go on to your next podcast or whatever you need to do to work on your life. And in my free time, what is free time? As a busy nurse on the front lines of mental health and emergency, I created this 6-part drama series to advocate what people go through. And it's also, in addition to having action and adventure, there is that advocacy and awareness. We've already finished book 1 and 2. And right now we're in book 3. I'll let you listen to the other podcasts to see what the other chapters are about. And it is in one book, the Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition, to make it almost free and easier. It's available through the website. And I also turned it into an audiobook at the Mental Files, Audible and iTunes, First 6 Stories edition. You're going to love that. It's full of action and siren noises, and you're going to feel like you're right there in the action, riding along with those frontline workers. And it's made to be a television drama series with your help. So the Mental Falls First 6 Stories edition, Audible and iTunes, and that was narrated by Drama Simpson, and he really brought it to life. So I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to jump into that chapter, and it's called Friendship Circles, Chapter 10. The trio of friends met after work to get some dinner. After ordering delicious food, the girls got down to business. Angela was first. Spill it, Lita. Something is on your mind. Most likely about Leon, right? Asked Kylina. I feel like I'm dominating our conversations lately with my Leon drama, answered the confused caseworker. Trying to be unselfish, she asked Kylina about the cute maintenance supervisor she met when they visited the boarding home to encourage Julie and the pregnant single ladies. You mean Terrence? Answered the ER nurse. The director told me he's single, but only because he works a lot and goes to school. He's working on his life endeavors and legacy. She told me he is an asset and a great example to the girls. Don't forget he had his eyes and his smiles aimed at you, Kylie girl, added the mental health nurse. I was hoping I didn't imagine that. Was he really? Teased Kylina. Come on, I can tell by your blushing that you notice, continued Angela. Oh, well, I guess we'll just have to visit Julie and the girls sooner, blushed Kylina. After briefly talking about plans to minister to the boarding home and, of course, accidentally running into Terrence again, the girls started their meal. Between bites, the nurses brought up the subject again about Lita's relationship with Leon. She had seen a lot of red flags, and I think they're worried about her and Leon. Sighing with an air of disappointment, Lita confessed her fears. He's been so quiet lately, seemingly brooding or something. And when I walked in on him talking with Jonathan, they both stopped talking too abruptly. A guy with secrets makes me nervous, said Angela. Me too, answered the confused caseworker. Do you think those are red flags? Slow down, ladies, chimed in Kylina. Leon seems like a solid guy. Sure, he's used to partying with the guys, but maybe he just needed to meet the right woman. Also, he has been faithfully going to church with you. He seems to be trying, added the mental health nurse. Sighing again, Lita pondered the comments. Her mind was muddy and confused, like the internal battles that Leon was also going through. Why has he been so secretive, though? She wondered quietly. Just remember to take your time. Keep praying and seeking, and God will speak to your heart. Provide clarity if you listen, advised Angela. I'm trying, replied Lita. How about less trying and more relaxing, more trusting? God will provide. Really, there's no rush. Leon's true colors will bloom if you're patient, chimed in Kylina. I'll be sure and remind you of that when you're daydreaming about Terrence, laughed Lita. Funny, but it's true, admitted Kylina. What about the couples counseling at church, asked Angela. That crossed my mind, but I wouldn't even know how to bring that up to him, relayed the caseworker. As the trio enjoyed their meal, they laughed and talked and vowed to continue to pray for clarity for each of our lives. And that's the end of that chapter. Next is chapter 11, Abigail makes her move. We can all pray for clarity for our lives, to discover our life legacy and make that impact. And I will see you at the next nurseann.com podcast. Make sure you follow, subscribe, like, leave your comment, and share it with others. See you, and thank you for hanging in there.